And we're back again. Hopefully everybody will come back on that was on before there, so they will. I'll just wait for people to bounce back again. Sorry about that. I'm just waiting for everybody to bounce back on again. I do believe Lisa McAllister was next, so if Lisa comes back on, can somebody let her know that she was next? Hi Sky, hi Joanne. Can somebody help Sandra, because she's having a bit of a problem. Hi Mike. Ah, Lisa's here. Okay. I see her. Lisa, you're next, so you are, honey. Sorry about that. No change, unfortunately, but they're just trying to... yes, Melissa, I can see your comments. So I can... Is that fan plugged in now?
No, take the light off.
Yeah. Hi Tracy. Right, these cards are for Lisa. Sorry about taking the phone calls in the middle of that, but just at the minute. Not yet, Melissa. Not yet. I really hope tonight. It's her partner's birthday tomorrow, so it would be really lovely if the baby came on his birthday. Apologies if you hear. I knew hopefully she comes back on. Katrina Parr, you did a great reading for Anne the other day. She rang me after. She was delighted with it. Oh, that's fantastic. That's great. I love to hear that it's helping in some way. You know, that people like the readings, and as I say on here, like I'm plain talking. I tell you how it is, and I won't tell you lies, and I won't give you stuff that I can't get. If I can't get something, I'll just tell you that I can't get it, and that's being honest. I'm not gonna go in. Lisa, I might have to change cards here, honey, with you. I have a set here that I'm using that I call my cards that I go easy on. You've got a chest infection. I think I've seen that on Facebook. Yep, I've seen too that Sky, you had some ordered. Yep, we will teach you how to use those. Don't be touching those cards until we teach you how to cleanse them and stuff. I'm going to have to change cards, Lisa, I'm afraid, which for you is a bit unfortunate, because that means you're getting the truth cards. I have a set of cards that I usually use that are what I call my easy cards, but they're not coming out for you, Lisa. They're telling me I need to give you a bit of truth here, so they're falling out already. I think that there's something that there's something that's desperately been needing to be said to you, because they've given me 4 truth cards here. Yeah, Tony's there. I can see him totally. He's there. For anybody that doesn't know who Tony is, Tony's my spirit guide, and he's usually here somewhere. You can see him. Sandra, did you get sorted? Because I seen you were putting in messages of kind of SOS. Is that up higher than it usually is? Right, Lisa, can you pop in a wee hello just so I can... Oh no, that's too much. Sorry, I've got a fan going here because I was melting there, but it's blowing the head off me now. Right, okay. Can Lisa just say a hello? Right, Lisa. I do apologise, darling, but they have sent me to the truth cards with you, because I feel like there's situation going on around you. Say that you're fighting a bit of a battle at the minute, Lisa. And with this battle, I want to say there's yourself, and then there's 3 other people involved in it. Does that make sense to you, Lisa? Not really. Okay, I'll keep going with this. What the cards are showing me is somebody sitting with like their hands on their heads as if they're feeling a bit defeated. And that could be anything from you've got 3 children and you're finding it a bit overwhelming, or you've got 3 siblings who things are you're going to have to turn that off, it's blowing the head off me. But there's definitely something with you sort of sitting with your hands on your head. I definitely feel it's like 3. There's 3, if not 4 people involved in this. If this isn't for Lisa, if Bernie's still on watch, and Bernie, is this for you? Sorry, sometimes they do this, Lisa. Doesn't mean you won't get a reading, it just means that sometimes they jump in. If you really can't take what I'm saying, Bernie's name's jumping. Okay, can I hang fire with you a wee minute, Lisa? Is Bernie still on? I will come back to you, Lisa. Just give me 2 seconds to find out if this is Bernie that this is for. Is she not on at all? Her name was next to Lisa's, like literally next to Lisa's. I write them below each other, but for some reason I had Bernie's name right beside. Could be something, but not siblings or children. It doesn't have to be, as long as you can take yeah, it's sitting outside a house. Look, it's somebody sitting with their head in their hands outside of a house, and up here there's 3 or 4 people involved in this situation. That you feel like you're defeated, that these people are ruling what's going on, is what I'm getting with this card. If that is any meaning to you, Lisa, okay, you're with me, that's okay, because Bernie's name was jumping out there. So it's also telling me that you will be the victor in this here. You know, you've got the sword, you're going to come out victorious in this. Just fight the fight, really. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're fighting off the negativity, and you will come out better in the end of it, is what it's telling me. You will come out victorious. But it's also telling me, Lisa, that just keep doing that, drawing on myself with a pen. What it's also telling me, I feel like you've lost somebody quite recently as well, Lisa, because one of the cards is an angel kneeling down. and there's quite a lot of red mist around it, so that tells me that this person has crossed over quite recently. Does that make sense, Lisa? Is the comments on a lag? When I say recently, Lisa, it can be anything up till about roughly 2 years. They see recently as say anything up to about 2 to 3 years is recent to them. It takes them a while to adjust to being crossed over, so what seems like ages to us is a very short period for them. I feel like this is a female figure as well. Is what they're telling me, Lisa. This female figure. Female. What she's also telling me is that she's not that old either. I want to say she'd have been probably in 40 to 50 age range, so she would, Lisa. Now bear in mind, whenever I'm reading for you, this is what I tell these when I'm putting these away, because this lady's quite strong with me at the minute. Bear in mind, Lisa, when I'm reading, Spirit sees that their opportunity to come through. So it could be a neighbour 5 doors down, it could be a cousin, an auntie, an uncle 3 times removed. If they see their opportunity, that they know that you're a person who they can be connected with, they're going to come through. So you need to think, hi Lorraine, not yet, hopefully. You think you might know, yeah. That's why I always say you need to think a bit out of the box sometimes, because the most random people come through. You know, your next door neighbour's sister's brother could come through just because they know you're the next door neighbour. I feel like this lady left a family behind her as well, Lisa. I feel like there was children left behind with this lady, if that makes sense. Lorraine, we're on baby watch at the minute. It's doing my head in. She was at the hospital today and they've done all they can to try and start her. So yes, she's left children behind. Would you have been quite close to these children, or know of these children, Lisa? Yeah, because she's telling me, or asking me, can I tell you, can you let our children know she's okay? I feel that they were quite worried, and still are, whenever she crossed over. They find it very hard to settle without her in their lives. And I don't think they're over this, of her passing even now. If you're saying it was a wee bit ago, they still haven't got over her passing. That they're still very much in grieving process, even though that some time has passed. There's a young girl in particular, a daughter in particular, she's telling me. If that makes sense to you, Lisa. 100%. Okay. If you can let that daughter know, she wants the daughter to know, please, she's okay. She has found peace. She's happy where she's at. She is always around them. So she can see what's going on. She knows that this daughter in particular is breaking her heart for her mommy. And she's trying to get me to give you the love that she wants you to pass on to this daughter. And I know you just come on here wanting something very personal for yourself. But as I say, I give you what I get, and this here to her is more important. This young girl needs to know that her mommy's okay. Yeah, this young girl needs to know that her mommy's okay. She needs to hear that her mommy's okay. Her mommy's doing fine on the other side, and she is with her and she's watching her. And I feel like she's maybe had prom or stuff like that coming. If it's not past, it's coming up and stuff like that there. And she's been quite upset about her mommy not being there. And her mommy wants her to know that she is there. And she will be there for those big events in her life. Maybe not physically, but she will be around her. Just over, the prom's just over. Well, her mommy's recognising that was something that she was there for. And she just wants her to know, if you can pass that on to her. I feel like that would be a big comfort to her, to know that her mommy was there with her. And I want to call her mommy. So I feel like the daughter would talk about her mommy. I'm asking her, is there anything else she wants to say to you? And she really is just emphasising this daughter at the minute. So I really feel, that the daughter is no problem. I really feel that the daughter has been struggling. So this message, although isn't 100% for you, it is meant for you, because you're meant to pass that on. So I'll leave this lovely lady's love with you, and please talk to her daughter for her, because she knows her wee daughter's heart's breaking, and she just wants to reassure that although she's not here physically, she's still with her. She's with her every day. And I'll leave that with you with much love. Did you have anybody else new there, Emma? Because I think that's the only ones I wrote down that were new. You're so welcome, Lisa. As I say, I know sometimes when we do readings, we're desperately hearing to Katrina Powell. Okay. I know sometimes when we're come on here, there's people in particular that we desperately want to hear from. And as I tell everybody who watches this, that 9 times out of 10, that person is not going to come through, not the first time anyway. You will get people who see, just like there now, that lovely lady, seen her opportunity to come in and give love to her daughter that is very much needed. And she recognised that you were the person who could do that for her. So they will step in if they feel it's more important than bringing your loved one through. The house was 100%, and the wee girl needs that message now more than ever, so I'm chuffed to bits. That's great, Lisa. As long as you can, if you could leave me a wee review, Lisa, on the main page, that would be absolutely brilliant. But say, just as I was saying there, sometimes she is Paul's auntie Audrey. All right, okay. He's confused me. There's that many people related on here that I never know who am. And as I said, I did a reading for Paul yesterday. And as I said to him yesterday, Angela Agnew. As I said to Paul yesterday, once I do the reading goes out of my head. So if you're coming on saying, oh, that was a brilliant reading you did for me 2 days ago, I'm not going to have a clue what you were talking about, because that goes completely out of my head. Bonnie, I'll put your name down, honey, if we've got time. I don't know what we're like for time, but is Katrina Powell's Paul's auntie okay? Is she still there? Because I don't see her name anywhere, Emma. I can't see her. She's not. I'm going to put these truth cards to one side again, because I really don't like starting with new people with those truth cards, but sometimes. Katrina's here. Okay. We'll give these. Okay, Katrina. Let's see what they have for you. I need to write the name down. Say, I always work with my pen and paper, because I have to write stuff down, because if it's important, they'll make me underline it or draw around it or draw over it. So whenever I'm telling you things, I'll always write down what it is I'm telling you. And if it's something important, they'll keep pointing it out until we figure out what's going on. It could be that this truth deck's going to have to come out again. These ones aren't playing with me either here tonight. Oh, we've got one. Hey Hales, I've tried to ring you, honey. I'll ring you back as soon as I'm done here. Thanks, Melissa. I tried desperately to get you, but I will ring you back. I'm not happy about that situation. No, you're okay. I will ring you back, because I'm really... Hi, Jodie. Thanks for coming back on, honey. I will ring you back, because I'm not happy about that situation. Okay. Katrina, have you got somebody around you at the minute who's expecting? Can Katrina throw me up a message? I can't see her anywhere anymore. So many people came on there with a hello or... Oh, my feet are starting to swell. Jodie, honey, I've seen you come on a couple of times, but you have never asked for a reading. If you want a reading, will you let me know? Or if you're just happy to watch, that's not a problem. But if you're coming on looking for a reading, will you let me know? Because I don't read unless you ask for it, pet. Katrina, I need to ask you again, if there's not somebody around you who's pregnant, then there's somebody around you who's going to be pregnant very shortly. I'm reading for Katrina at the minute. Yeah, I'm reading for Katrina at the minute. The card that I've pulled out, Katrina, is there's definitely, if they're not expecting at the minute, or if you're not expecting at the minute, then there is a pregnancy on the way. I don't bring people on live with me, Rod's deck, or whoever that is, but I will put your name down for a reading. Katrina, can you reply to me, honey? Samuel's watching. You're sitting beside me. Why are you watching it? I need Katrina.
No, it's just fine watching the...
No, that's okay. Yeah, if you watch the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a yes that you're here, or a yes that you can take, that there's a pregnancy around you? No, you're okay. You're fine. That's not a problem. I take it your name's Rod. I don't know. It's just whenever I bring people on, if I could do it and take them off, I would do that face to face, because it would be far easier. But every time, I know you're here, Katrina, but I need you to work with me with this pregnancy, darling, because it's not going away. They're telling me that there's somebody they're either pregnant or they're going to be pregnant, and it's either, if it's not yourself, it's somebody around you. And they're not leaving this alone, so this is definite. Bonnie, I have your name down, darling. Katrina, I need you to think round you, honey, if you don't know. Okay, we're going to put that then if you haven't heard about this, then it's something you are going to hear about. And I do believe that this is going to be twins, and it's actually going to be twin boys that are going to come into the world. So I don't know if you've heard about twins, or you know anybody that's having twins, but there's twin boys coming into the world somewhere there. I feel like you've been taking a real strong look at your own living situation at the minute as well. I'm not saying that you're disfat. I can't speak now. I can't. No, I don't. Okay, if you don't know who that is, can you hang on to it? Because there might be somebody in the near future is going to tell you that they're expecting, and they're I feel like somebody around you is going to be having twin boys. There's also there's something going on with your own stories, your own situation at the minute. I feel like I don't want to say you're unhappy, but you're questioning whether what you're doing at the minute is where you want to be in life. I feel like you nearly feel as if the grass will be greener on the other side. If that makes sense to you, Katrina. Okay, very true. That's good, as long as you can take that. They're showing me that you're nearly like staring into space, thinking about this, wondering, you know, should I make the move? Should I do this? Should I not do it? And again, they're going back to sometimes the grass is not greener on the other side situation. So be very careful for what you actually wish for and what you actually do. You know, weigh up the pros and cons. What I tell these ones to do sometimes, you know, is write things down. I'm a big believer in writing things down. You know, make your lists of pros and cons before you decide what it is you're going to actually do. I'm not saying what you want to do is wrong. I'm just saying make sure you're fully informed of the situation before you jump in with 2 feet, if that makes sense to you, Katrina. Comments are so slow tonight again, so they are. I don't know if it's my end or your end or what's going on. While, yes. Is there a man involved in this, Katrina? There usually is in these situations. I feel there's a man involved in this. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lag with me as well. I'm trying my best to keep the flow going, but I'm getting a bit of a lag on the comments. So your hearts and thumbs are going up really quick. It's just the comments that are coming up. Yeah, I feel like there's a man involved in this. What I want to say to you, Katrina, is don't be scared to be on your own for a while. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what I'm being given, is don't be afraid to be on your own for a while. I'm not saying forever, but don't be afraid to be on your own for a while. And you're very capable of being on your own as well, is what they're telling me. If that makes sense to you. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. It's fine. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, don't be scared to be on your own for a while. I feel like you've nearly put this man on a pedestal, and then the pedestal is like fell from below him. So that's why I'm saying to you, don't be scared to be on your own for a wee while. Because I feel like the pedestal that you have this man up on, I say, he's knocked it from below himself, really. He's given you a bit of a cause for question there, is what I'm saying. If that makes sense to you, Katrina. Yes, that's fine. Katrina, I have no spirit coming in here, pet, so I'm not even going to pretend that there is. This is just on the cards I've been working. So all as I want to give you is, I don't tell you what to do on here, I'll give you advice. And my advice is take a step back and really evaluate the situation. And see if it's where you want to be. And if you are going to be in a relationship with this man who we're talking about, make sure it's on your terms, not his terms. And with that, Katrina, I hope that was card reading was okay for you. And I'll leave my love with you. And I apologise that spirit hasn't come through, but I can't make them. If they're not here, they're not here. So I leave my love with you. And I'll move on, if that's okay. There's a lag on the comments again, people. I can't see any comments, so. The hearts and thumbs go up without any bother. It's the comments that are the problem. Angela Agnew, you're very welcome, Katrina. Just because Spirit didn't come through tonight doesn't mean they won't come through for you again. So please do come back on the page. If I get Spirit through, I certainly will bring it to you. But for tonight, I think the main thing is your relationship. Joanne, I've got quite a long list here at the minute, darling, and it's getting late. But if I can, I'll see how time takes me. Is Angela Agnew still here? We've got a lot of new ones on tonight, so I've been trying to get through the new ones. I've got Angela Agnew next, and then Bonnie Orr, and then Rod Stegor. So if Angela Agnew is still here. No problem, Joanne. They've jumped in first before you and got their names in is the only thing. And I say, I always try to do the new ones first, just because they're new, because it gives me different people to read for. But I know you have been asking me a few times for a reading, so I might even book you in for a private, Joanne. If you speak to Emma on the page, because I do know you have asked quite a few times and you've never been. Right, if Angela's not here, then we'll move on to Bonnie Orr was next. Bonnie Orr, is Bonnie Orr here? Great, thank you. That's great. Emma is the one who you will see up on your screen as Hello from Heaven. John, just hang on. If I get round to you, I'll get round to you. And if I don't get round to you, we'll sort something out for you. Yeah, we'll sort something. If I don't get round to, because Angela's gone, so I'm doing Bonnie and then Rod's, and then if I've got time, I'll do Joanne's at the end of that, and then that'll finish me. So I'm going to do 3, hopefully. So hopefully I'll get to you, Joanne. Right, Bonnie. Need to stop talking now and concentrate. Janine, I haven't seen Tracy's name, Pet. Unless Tracy shouts out herself, I actually have to physically see her on the page. Has she liked it? Because if she hasn't, I won't be able to see her comments. You still have what, Tracy? Yeah, some spirits have come through tonight. I've had a few come through tonight. So I have. Sometimes I'll get that. Sometimes it'll be just spirit reading or just card readings, and then sometimes I've had two spirits come through tonight. I think, if not three. I think the last one was a lovely lady with a message for her daughter. I don't know if you were watching that or not, Tracy, but it was a lovely message that she'd been to her daughter's prom and she just wanted her to know that she was around her. So she did. Any more cards for Bonnie? Or is it just these two? Oh, still here. Tracy McCaskey. Okay, Bonnie, I feel like there are things going, a bit of a transformation going on around you at the minute. And that can mean either within yourself or can I ask you to hold fire on your, I know you're being really nice and talking to each other, but can you hang fire a wee bit so that I can see Bonnie's comments. Bonnie, there's a wee bit of a transformation going on around you at the minute or two. I don't know if it's within yourself or within your home or I feel it's within yourself, Bonnie. Yeah, there's a transformation going on around you. I kind of feel like I want to say that you're starting to feel like you're a bit like you've hit your best, kind of, you know, you're trying to make things, how do I say this? Because the card I'm being shown is this here on it. This will be easy to show you, and it's a girl who, you know, she's looking her best. And I feel like this is what's going to go on around you if it hasn't already at the minute. Like this transformation is, it's nearly like out with the old Bonnie and in with the new Bonnie, if that makes sense. I hate it when there's lag because then I can't keep going until I get a response back. Yes, 100%. I feel like this is a good thing for you, Bonnie. The direction that you're headed in now is where you totally should be. The other card that came out for you is Stargazing, and that tells me that you need to listen to your intuition more. You've been listening to other people where really deep down you know the answer yourself. You don't need to ask anybody. It's like trying to tell me, why are you asking other people? Because you already know the answer. And I feel like you're a very intuitive person, Bonnie. And when I say that, I feel like you're very in tune with spirit. If you don't work with spirit yourself, I feel like you probably, under guidance, probably could work with spirit. Does that make sense to you, Bonnie? Yes. I'm nearly being told, why are you asking me for cards? Because you can quite easily do this yourself, is what they're telling me. I don't know if you are a medium or you have your own medium page or you're starting out in that direction, but that's the kind of thing they're showing me, Bonnie. Been really hurt with a family member. I'll go to the Angel Answers cards for that in a wee minute or two, but I want to stick with this, what they're telling me first, Bonnie, if that's all right. They're telling me that you are totally in tune with spirit. I totally feel like this spirit vibration is, they're literally saying to me, you know, you can do this, you could do this yourself. I don't know if you have heard or seen or but I can totally see you doing what I'm doing, Bonnie. So I don't know if that is something you do or have thought about doing, or no, you haven't thought about. Can you answer me, Bonnie? Do you feel spirit around you, first of all? Do you feel like you're in tune, that you can feel spirit around you? Yes. Well, what they're telling me is, Bonnie, with the right focus and the right person to mentor you, that you could actually bring that on, and it's something that you could do. What they're telling me is that you are a very spiritual person, and you do have your own spirit guides, even if you don't know who they are at this present time. So what they're telling me is, don't rule that out. Keep an open mind where that is concerned, because I feel like there's a total spiritual journey that you're about to go on. That will come round full circle with you, and you will begin to see and hear, I think, a lot more than what you think you can. As for that family member's concerned, I'm going to ask the Angel Answer cards and I'll see what they come up with. I'll be very interested to know, Bonnie, if anything comes of the spiritual side, because I do believe that that's something that you should be doing. They're giving me that as part of your transformation. You're becoming more spiritually aware, is what they're telling me. Okay, let's see what's been going on with this family member. I really do believe, Bonnie, that you have seen things and heard things and you've sort of gone, I haven't seen that, or I haven't heard that. I think you're a bit, not weary, but a bit, scared's not the right word, Ans. I don't know what the word is I want. You're a bit, reluctant, maybe, to take it any further, because you don't know what will come out of it. Please don't be scared of it. It's, there's nothing whatsoever to be scared of. Is Bonnie still with me? Because my comments are froze again. It showed that I've dipped away down in numbers, so I don't even know if people are still on or they're being chucked out or what's happening. Yes, you're here. What they're telling me here with this person that is the family member has really hurt you, Bonnie, is they're telling me that in order for this to be resolved, you're going to have to do a bit of compromising. And I know it's not necessarily what you want to do, but in order for it to be resolved, there is going to have to be some kind of give and take. But also what it's telling me is that you need to listen to your own intuition. Your own gut feeling is never wrong. So if it's telling you that they've done something to you, it's more than 100% probably right that whatever way you're thinking about it is how it has happened. But what they're saying to you, in order for it to be fixed, some kind of compromise is going to be have to be reached, because I feel like the person who has hurt you is never going to fully put their hands up in the air and say, yes, I did that. Does that make sense to you, Bonnie? I've had some good readings tonight. I've actually enjoyed tonight. I know Spirit has not always come through tonight, but the readings have been quite good. That's just sometimes how it is. Yes, he robbed my mum's house the night she passed away. Yeah, he's never going to hold his hands up for that, Bonnie. He's totally not going to. But what the cards are saying is, you know that happened. You totally know that has happened. Your gut instinct is right about that. I have no doubt in my mind that he has done what you are saying he has done, but he is not going to hold his hands up to that. And the only way that that situation is going to be resolved is if you compromise with him. And the third card that came out for me was choose a new direction, which tells me if it was me, I would move on. Because simply, I know it's stuff of your mum's that you would have wanted or whatever and all the rest of it. But really, he has to live with that, and you're a much better person. So, you know, shine your light and move on, and let the rats run in the gutter. You know, you're not to that level. I fully believe, and I see that you're totally a spiritual person. So yeah, she's a better person. And I can again see that spiritualness coming through in her, and it's in her to be forgiven and trust people, but she needs to listen to her intuition with this. And I fully feel like she needs to choose a new direction, which will take her past what has gone on, because he is never going to own up to having done that. Never ever. If anything, he'll try to paint you as being the person who's in the wrong, so he will. And unless you're willing to compromise and forget about it, he's never ever going to admit that he's done wrong. But as I said, what I see for you is that you need to choose a new path, a new direction, and go walk down that and nearly like walk past him and let him lie in the gutter, because that's where he is, that's where he belongs. You know, you don't pick things up from the gutter, so just let him be. You move on to, you know, a new path. Does that make sense to you, Bonnie? Bonnie still with me, or are we on a lag again? Yeah, just let that be, Bonnie. I think that's how things should be. I think that you need to leave him in the gutter where he belongs and you move on. It's totally how I feel about that. You've a much brighter path ahead of you. And I really do feel like you've got a spiritual journey coming ahead of you, which will be much, much more of benefit to you. I know there's things probably that you would have wanted out of your mum's house or whatever. But I feel that what's coming for you, and I do feel that your mum will be around you. You know, if you can tune in spiritually, I really do feel like your mum is going to come around you. In fact, it's not that she's going to come around you, she is around you. I just feel that you're going to be able to feel her around you. If you haven't already seen her or felt her in your house, Bonnie, she's going to make herself known. I feel like sometimes you catch things out of the corner of your eye and it's her. Hopefully she's lived with us for 30. Yeah, she's not left, Bonnie. She's still there, honey. That's what she's telling you with the spiritualness to come through, is, you know, let that spiritual side of you shine out, and you will see her, talk to her. She's still there, and you will catch her out of the corner of your eye, and or you'll be sitting and you'll have a smell go past you and you'll think that that's her, and that's because it is her. She's just letting you know that she's still there, so she is. She's not left. And with that, I'm going to leave my love with you, Bonnie, because again, there's nothing coming through spiritually, spirit-wise. Thank you so much, means a lot. You're very, very welcome, Bonnie. I hope that was of some good to you. As I say, just because spirit doesn't come through tonight doesn't mean they won't come through another night. I don't know, it just seems to be a night of people who really need to hear some powerful messages, and that is sometimes more important than hearing from spirit. That sometimes you need to actually hear a physical message from somebody. Yeah, it feels like you really need to hear a message rather than a message from spirit, because you know your mum loved you. You know how your mum felt about you. You don't need your mum to come through because you already know all that. So I feel like this message that came through tonight was more important. The card reading was more important than an actual message from spirit. But as I say, again, that doesn't mean to say the next night that you come on, spirit won't come through. There's sometimes spirit come through and they won't shut up. And when I go to bed, they're still going on. I done a reading for Paul yesterday, and I'd actually been reading for him in my sleep the night before, hadn't I? Yeah, I'd give him a full reading in my sleep the night before, so he actually got 2 readings, though he only heard one of them. Though I haven't a clue what I said. I would need a tape recorder going at night, so I would. But right, who is? Okay, is Rod's decor related to Bonnie? So this is where I get lost now, because everybody is coming in. Rod, you're next. You'll be pleased to know. Is it Rod that I call you? Or what do I call you? Rod's deck. No. What do I call you? No. Oh, there you go, Bonnie. You've pulled. Get your coat, girl. You've pulled. It's Rod. Yeah. Okay. Rod, you're next. So you are. For some reason, Rod, I feel as if I need to bring the truth cards out for you. So I don't know whether you've been a bad boy or not, but that's what we're getting here. We're going to get these truth cards out. They're telling me you need these. So they are. We've done well at holding on. We're still at 19 on my thing tonight, and we've been on for quite a while, so you're okay. Your screen went off funny. You've been on the jungle just tonight again, Georgina. Hi, Nick. If you're only tuning in, we've had a fantastic night tonight. Some really powerful messages. The messages have been really good tonight, so they have. Oh, Georgina's back in again. Haha, I wish. You were so funny the other night. You made my weekend, so you did. You were absolutely hilarious. I'm sorry, Rod, but buy something nicer next week. Me and Emma, you gave me and Emma a good night, so you did. Oh no, you don't talk too much. You gave me and Emma a really good evening, so you did. I think Samuel as well. You gave Samuel a laugh as well. Sorry, I'm talking and I'm... Georgina, you necked, and I mean necked, 3 pints of wine within about 10 minutes. So you did. Oh dear. I don't like it when they do this here. Okay, Rod. I feel like, Rod, you're feeling, was a laugh through? Yeah, it was. Oh, thank you, Paul. Thanks. And it was a pleasure to read for you, auntie. As I say, whenever I read... Oh, your auntie's the one that I said that there was a pregnancy around. Paul, can you keep an eye on that and let me know? Because there's definitely twin boys coming somewhere there. Back to Rod again. Rod, I feel as if you feel like you're... this has been a bit of a running theme tonight. Your mind's been in quite a bad, like, I want to say in a dark place. I feel as if you've been sitting nearly on your own sometimes, and your mind's going to places that you don't want it to. Does that make any sense to you, Rod? Good thing I write things. Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's showing me. It's showing me that you're sitting nearly hunched up, and your mind's in a complete black funk, and you just cannot, it's like you're dodging bullets, you know, trying to make way through everything that's in your head. You know, you seem to be getting through one thing and then another thing hits you, and you're trying to navigate through this, and it's taking you into quite a dark place. What I want to say to you, Rod, is never ever, and I've said this to quite a few people on here, never ever feel that you're that low where you need to be doing silly things. Everybody on this page is the regulars on here. I've said this, I don't know how many times tonight, but we are here for each other 100%. If there's ever a time where you are not feeling 100%, get on and message some of us. There's quite a few on the page who are regulars, and they will come back to you and they will talk you down out of that dark place, Rod. Please, 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 from what I'm seeing, do not let yourself get down to that level. Does that make sense to you, Rod? Because my comments are lagging again. Yes. Okay. I'm not going to go into it. I'm on a live platform, and I don't bring people's business onto a live platform. But what I want to just say is, don't let your mind go there. A lot of us on here suffer with mental health problems and have been in that position. A lot of us on here have been in that position where we have been down in our boots and we've done silly things. And I want to say to you that, again, I feel like this page that I have set up, for some reason, a lot of like-minded people have come on to it, and we have formed this really tight group of people who want to help other people through it. What we're saying to you, Rod, is please just message us. Do not sit with your head in this place, because I can see quite clearly that you're, say, dodging, you feel in your head as if you're dodging bullets. And that's not a nice place to be in. It's nearly like you can't get a quiet moment in your mind, because your mind's always going over and over and over. And you need to, I want to say to you, this has nothing to do with the cards, this is just me talking to you now. Try meditation, Rod. I know it sounds really hokey cokey, but I've said it to some people on here. Even if you only do it for 5 minutes, and it doesn't have to be, you can download it on your phone. There's one that I have on my phone, and I swear to God, every time I do it, I fall asleep. I do not know how it ends, because I fall asleep through it. And I feel like that's something that you need to do. You need to even do the breathing ones, you know, just to get yourself relaxed. Because I feel like you're not relaxing, and you know, you're tensed up all the time. And I really feel that that would benefit you. Night night, Sarah. Thanks for coming on. We'll hopefully be back soon with you. I'm not sure what way we're fixed this week. I know I have my grandson a couple of days this week, and I don't know what my daughter's doing. So yeah, he definitely needs healing, Nikki. Hi, Hells. I haven't forgot about you, Hells. As soon as I jump off this, I will be straight on with you. Is Rod still with me? We'll look forward to seeing you, Sarah. It's been great having you. Is Rod still with me? Is Rod taking on board anything I'm saying here? Because I can't, yeah, you're still with me. Oh, thanks so much, Hells. Tonight has went really, really well. The messages have been really strong tonight. I'm really pleased with the messages that have come through tonight. Spirit hasn't always showed up for every reading, but I feel that the messages that I've had to come through have overrode anything that Spirit could say. And with Rod, definitely, I want you to know, Rod, that this community is here for you. I feel like you've been led to us to keep an eye on you, and we totally will. We totally have your backs. Is your new wee grandbaby? No, Janine, it hasn't. No. I'm hoping maybe sometime during, I don't know, they did a sweep today, so they did, so I've never had that done, so I don't know how long it takes after that's done for anything to happen. But my fingers are crossed that sometime this week we will have a baby. Come off, because now you need to go to your bed, Sky. It's past bedtime. Auntie Audrey says get to your bed. Is Rod still with me? Because I can't see any messages from him. I just want him to... Rod, can you just let me know that you've taken on board what I'm saying, and that you are listening to me, and that you know that we're all here for you. Yeah, I want to know that he's taken on board what I'm saying to him, and that he's listening to me, and that he realises that, you know, there are people, we might not be blood family, but we are here for him. Hopefully in the next day or two. If it goes another 2 days, my head will go, Janine. Hi, Drew. I'm going to leave that one, Rod, because I can't see any messages coming up from Rod. So, yes, thank you. Anything else coming through, it's just a little blip, but I'll be okay. That's the main thing for you at the minute, Rod, is that, you know, you have to get over this, and you will get over it. You will be okay. You've got a good connection. You've come onto a good place here. There'll be a good connection of people around you to get you through it, so there will be. Message anytime, night or day. Somebody will be on here who will have your back and help you get through. I'll say those are the cards. I will pull you because I say some of... I will pull you some angel answer cards and see. No, actually, I won't. I'll pull you a different card. This is the one I popped nails on the other night and stuff. Is Lisa and Rod related? This card that came out for you there, Rod, was instincts are the message from the inner divine. So it's telling me to go with your instincts. Whatever the situation that has you worrying, the way you're worrying, go with your instincts and everything will be okay. Trust in what your gut's telling you, and you will be fine. But do not let yourself get into that dark place. Reach out to us. Never ever feel like you have to be in a place like that. Lisa McCall. Oh, you have had 2 for the price of 1 then tonight, because I gave Lisa a reading, I think. So you have. Nearly sure I gave Lisa a reading. Did I? Yeah, I think I gave Lisa a reading. So you've had 2, yeah. 2 for the price of 1 there tonight, so you have, yeah. I think that's all the newbies that I've done, so I did promise Joanne that I would pull her some cards. So I'm going to do that quickly now for Joanne. What time is it?
10:45.
Isn't it? He's not fed up listening to me. I've been on here for ages. So I have been on here for a long time tonight. Yeah, tonight's readings, Nikki, I feel have been really powerful, so they have. They definitely have been coming through with messages that are... Janine, private message me and I'll get you slotted in. I am free. I've got 3 slots this week if you want in as soon as that. If not, I'll book you in next week. Yeah, it's getting late, but some people like to go to their bed. Right, Joanne, are you still with me, honey? Yeah, it's been very interesting tonight. I feel like there's a lot of powerful messages have come through tonight. Sometimes that's the way. Sometimes Spirit has a different way of doing things. Yeah, I've got a lot of spaces, so because I purposely didn't book in because the new Morgan was for the hospital, so I've got a reading on, I've got one on Thursday, but I think that's the only ones I've booked in. We'll get you sorted. Oh my god, I'm not reading half the deck now. I'll be here all night at that carry on. Play nicely with me. Try again. This is going to be my last reading tonight, so it is. And then, Emma, will you have a look? There was only 2 questions, I think. 2 people that asked questions on the page. If you can have a look and see what those questions were for me. I'll do this reading and then I'll answer those 2 questions that were asked. Night night, Bonnie. Joanne. What this is telling me, honey, is that you really need to ask for help. You're trying to do too much on your own at the minute. I feel like you don't like to ask for help. You're the kind of person who will be stubborn and try to do it yourself. But it's telling me to ask for the help. Okay. It's also telling me it's time to get outside. You know, yes, we've all been stuck in the house over lockdown, and yes, some of us have got too used to that. But you need to socialise. You are, or would have been, a sociable person, and I feel like you need to get back out and socialise with people. And when I say socialise, I mean like actually out enjoying yourself. I feel like it's time for you to go out, back out and enjoy yourself. I don't know if you drink or whatever, or like, I'm not telling you go out and get full or anything like that there, or drunk, or go out and have a drink, or, you know, go out in a social setting with people. I feel like you haven't been doing that, and you need to start putting that back into your life again, if that makes sense to you, Joanne. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. I don't know if you drink or not. Like, I'm not telling you go out and get drunk, but in that kind of social setting, like, I don't know, doesn't necessarily have to be a bar, but, you know, somewhere where there's going to be people, where you're going to be meeting new people. I have a feeling there is a new person coming into your life as well. Night Mag. I feel if there's a person. Hi Emma. There's a person going to come into your life, Joanne, and what the cards are telling me is that you need to start shining from within. You need to let this person see the true you. Stop hiding behind whatever mask it is that you're hiding behind. And let this person see the real inner you. Does that make sense to you? Oh goodness, my knees. As long as it makes sense to you, Joanne. I feel like you've got this mask up. And I think I said this to Paul yesterday as well. You know, you've got so good at putting this mask on for people to think that you're okay. That you've got so used to putting this mask on, you've nearly forgotten what's behind the mask. But it's time to let that mask down. And I feel like this person who's going to come into your life will make a big difference to you going forward. I do feel like it's a male. I don't know if you're in a relationship or whatever, Joanne, but I do feel like this is a male that is going to come in. I'm not necessarily being shown romantically at the minute, so I don't know if this is going to come in as a friend or something of that nature. But I feel like this male is who you need to ask for help. Does that make sense, honey? That makes sense. As long as that makes sense to you. Again, no spirit has come through, so I'm gonna pull you another card. But I feel tonight has been a night for really important messages to come through. And Joanne's message tonight is, let this mask go, Joanne. You've got too good at hiding behind this mask, and it has to go. You can't let people think that you're okay whenever you're not okay. Always putting on a happy-go-lucky, smiley Joanne, it's not helping you. It's not doing you any favours, so it's not, honey. You need to let the people see the real you, because at the end of the day, the real you is... the real you is definitely somebody that people want to know. So stop hiding behind the mask. It might mean that you have to be vulnerable for a wee while, or, you know, it might mean that you feel uncomfortable in the situation for a while if you let the mask go. But it will be worth it in the end, you know, because the people then will see the real Joanne. And the real Joanne's somebody who is worth loving and worth being with and spending time with. So totally get rid of that mask is what the message is for you there. Let's see if they've got a wee card here for you. Again, if you've had a reading tonight and it lets you leave a review, can you please go onto the main page and leave a wee review, because that helps me brilliantly. So it does. These cards don't want to give you a message, Joanne. Maybe they think you've got your message. They maybe think you've been harsh. I've been harsh enough on you tonight. I never pick the cards, so if a card doesn't come out, it's not meant to, because I won't pick a card for you. I refuse to. It's not up to me. Oh, okay. The card that came out, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. And I feel that is totally relevant to me telling you about this mask. Stay in the present, let the mask down, and nothing will come at you that you can't handle. Even if it means you have to be vulnerable for the time being, be vulnerable. And again, come on the page. We're all here. Vulnerable is good. We'll all help you through it, so we will. Emma, do you want to fire me through those two questions and I'll answer them, and then I'm going to say goodnight. Because I feel like I've been on here for hours and hours and hours. Sandra asks, when did your first spirit come through? Sandra, I have always been able to see and hear spirit. It's something I've been born with. I chose not to acknowledge it for a long time. The first spirit that I can honestly say I truly remember was, my boys were young, were babies, so I'm going to go back 20 odd years ago. I think I maybe had Jordan and John, so I'll say 20 plus years. I was driving down the road to where my sister lived at that time, and on the right hand side up on the hill there was a primary school, and I was driving past the primary school, and I saw a young boy standing on the left hand side of the road opposite the primary school, and I thought to myself, this wee boy's going to go out in front of this car, you know, I'll have to watch him here because he's going to dart out in front of the car. And just as I got out to him, this wee boy ran straight out in front of my car, and I slammed on the brakes, and I was past myself, absolutely beside myself. I thought, I'm going to have to ring the police, the ambulance. I have killed this wee boy. What am I going to do? I'm going to be in so much trouble. I got the courage up to get out of the car, and when I got out of the car, there was nobody there. I pulled onto the hard shoulder, and I must have sat for a good half hour before I drove on to my sister's house. And I later found out that a young boy had been hit by a car on that road. So it was the spirit of the young boy that I had seen. And that was truly the first time I remember seeing like a full on, and when I say spirit, like people talk about ghosts and things like that there. When I see them, I don't, like ghosts that you see on television aren't spirit. When you see spirit, spirit is like I'm seeing you. it's a person. The person is there. It's not like white sheets and all that carry on. It's genuinely a person that you're seeing. Dan Hall asked, at what age were you when you knew you had abilities of your gifts? Again, that's much the same, but I only really started to use my gifts, I want to say maybe about 3-4 years ago. I started to try and develop them. I always knew I could do it. I always knew I had it. You know, I was born with it, so I always knew I had it. But I was scared of it to start with, and really only about 4 years ago, I started to work bits and pieces with it. And I want to say over this past, especially this past year, when I truly came to know who my spirit guides were, it has taken off so much for me. But in a good way that I can give back to people like this here. Like I'm sitting on here now. I think I've been on here about 3 hours. You'll not get many people who'll come on and sit and do this for 3 hours with you. But I do it because I love it. I do it because I love to give back to you. I love to let you know that Spirit is with you, that your loved ones are never far away from you. Could you tell someone who they saw if they saw someone? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Georgina. You have to be a wee bit more specific, Pet. There's nothing more than that. This brings me great joy coming on and talking, and I just wish that we could figure out a better way of. Oh, Bernie, bless you, darling. I just wish I could figure out a better way of doing it where I could actually see who I'm talking to all the time. But because of the numbers that come on, it's just impossible to get everybody on. I do a Zoom sometimes on a Saturday night, simply because I love to see the people that I'm talking to. And I enjoy doing the private readings as well, because I love to see who I'm talking to whenever I do the private readings. If that's all the questions, I really am going to say good night, people, because yeah, the Zoom is brilliant. We really have fun on the Zoom, so we do. I'll possibly do Zoom maybe on Saturday night, because I have Riley on Friday night, so I will be free, I think, on Saturday night, God willing. So I'm going to say good night to you all, and we'll chat again soon. And I've had an absolutely fantastic night with you. Some brilliant messages have come through, and I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. And I'll talk to you all again soon.